I'm here with LAYLO. And when did you first realize music was for you?
Wow. Honestly, a long time ago, like at a really young age, I'd say probably around 12, like just me listening to music and me coming up with my mom just being in the car, like her playing different things, like her R&B, she loved Tyrese and Michael Jackson and Tupac, and just she listened to really not a wide variety of things, but the things that she would play, like I would always notice like how the beat like kind of hit me in a way that like I could feel. I don't know, it was just something that I knew that I would be passionate about. So like once I hit like 13, I started to write, just expressing myself, like writing my own feelings and thoughts. And so I don't know, that's when I would say that like I fell in love with it. Just I've always loved music, but I knew I wanted to make music like around 13 years old.
Do you think any of those artists like shaped the kind of music you make now?
I would say yeah, for sure actually. Like, I don't know, just the way that I write, I wouldn't say the way that I write, but like the way that maybe I put melodies together, or like just me noticing ad-libs and little background things and background vocals, like listening to music and like me noticing the different elements of music, like it made me know kind of like, okay, I'm gonna put this here, or like I'm gonna capitalize off this word I just said, like, so yeah.
So what does your writing process look like?
So my writing process, it varies, like it really does vary. Like I could just be out probably on a bike ride and I see something like that just sparks a melody or like some lyrics in my head, and then I'll just jot them down.
Is there anything like weird that you've seen that's like just like giving you that much inspiration? Like, you know, a bike ride, like
Anything weird?
yeah.
Let me see, cause I
just
always
something
get inspired by just random shit. So I don't know. I had one day where I was literally on a bike ride and I was coming down my street and I saw a butterfly in the street. It was dead, like it had been smushed, ran over or something. And so something, I don't know, I just picked it up and like I carried it with me. Then I rode up to the park and I seen like a number of bees just like, they were all passed, like they all dead, just like with their stingers gone. So I don't know if like a bunch of people came like and had to get dealt with, but like I don't know why that was so odd to me. Like I saw the butterfly and then I drove up to the park and saw the bees, and I don't know, I just took that as something like, I don't know.
No, I mean that sounds real weird. I feel like if I had seen anything like that, I would have been like, is this a sign? Like,
yeah, it was like, I don't know, I didn't know how to take it, but it was like life and death. And like I've always had this thing with butterflies and like how they go through metamorphosis, and like I kind of related to that myself. Like when I went through this period in life where I feel like I changed, I wouldn't say drastically, but like something changed me for the better. And so like that's why I got this butterfly tattoo. And
oh, okay.
yeah, I got the butterfly tattoo, and I don't know, they're just a symbol of something beautiful to me. And so when I saw that, like it really sparked something.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Do you have a favorite song that you've ever written?
Ooh, I love a lot of my songs.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of or any that like have any story behind it, or anything that like it just holds a lot more like sentimental value.
Yes, and it would be Static. That's on my EP, Southside Supernova. It's actually the first song on the EP, and just those lyrics, they like tell like in like synopsis a story of me and a very close friend of mine named Angelica and another close friend of mine named Moo. And so when I'm like, record on play, you hear the steady, need something to make me feel ecstatic, ethereal baby, my aesthetic, murderous when I'm feeling sassy, like that's me. And then I go on in the second verse to say, Record don't play, you hear the static. Need something to make them feel ecstatic. 100 round drum out for a steady. You wanna make them feel the static. Pop in the cellar for a habit. Ride like a wheel, it's automatic. You know he bring it home the back end. Young, fly, flash. Like that's my homeboy. And it's like, it's just me thinking about like him being in that life of like being in the streets and stuff, and like me seeing his hardships with what comes with that. And I don't know, like I was just thinking about the situation he was in, and then, like it made me write a whole verse about him.
Yeah.
And then the verse about my friend Angelica, I forget how I started that. What did I say? Hypnotic baby, her aesthetic, I love you to the moon and back. And like, yeah, I just went on and just kind of expressed my feelings for my friends in that song. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. That's so cute. So, what would be like your biggest inspirations when it comes to music?
My biggest inspirations, like what I do it for, or just what sparks things in me, like to make music.
Both.
So, probably my main inspiration, like what I actually do it for, is because like really would be my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've always grown up like struggling, and I know she had a hard life, and so it's not just the money, but just for me to bring, like to make her proud doing something, and also like to just so she don't have to worry about anything, right, type thing. And also because like I've always wanted to do it, like it's a passion of mine, it's like my #1 passion. So, and it's something I know that I could bring to fruition, and so like just that in me like drives me to like keep going. Cause even if I weren't to drop music, like I always make music. Like,
yeah.
I always have to write. Like it's like my outlet, and so yeah.
Outside of like making music, like writing, like do you produce at all?
I don't produce,
no,
but I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah,
for sure. I started off like when I first started to make music at 13, like I built my own studio at home. So really me and my brother, so we got the mic, the cheap mic, audio interface and all of that. And I was like on the software, like I didn't have FL Studio, like I had this software called Audacity. And so I was just on that, and I would play around with it, like play around with producing. And I don't know why I never just locked in on it. Like I guess because I was focusing on making my own music and like my lyrics, and so I didn't lock in on producing. But that's definitely something that's in my plans to do.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely need to get on it. I want to get on it. It's just hard.
That part. Seriously.
So what can we expect to hear in your future projects?
Ooh. What you can expect to hear is just my current, the space that I'm in currently and lately that I've been in. So like very wavy, very emotional. Of course it's like some turn up shit in the mix, but
yeah, very
like personal to me and my recent experiences.
Yeah. So would it be more conceptual then?
Conceptual meaning what?
Like, you know, like conceptual albums where it's like discussing a certain place in life. I don't know, like, I mean, Kendrick Lamar has a couple. I want to say it would be, oh man, the Untitled album.
Ooh,
so
yes, yeah. Dang, that's a precise way like to describe it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Do you have any like dream collabs or any collabs that you're working on?
I have collabs that I'm working on, like with some very like talented local artists. Like I don't know if they would want me to announce them, but I do have some stuff coming up with some natives from Dallas, and also like this guy out of Florida. He's really hard. As far as dream collabs, for real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
I need that. I need the scratch up at the beginning of the beat. Like, for real. I really love it.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
ma'am.
coming on the show, letting me interview you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Can we hug on it?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.